treating others with contempt. Dear friends, in the Gospel of St. Luke, chapter 18, verses 9 to 14, Jesus tells a parable to some who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and treated others with contempt. This attitude of looking down upon someone with self-righteous attitude is contrary to the way the Lord relates with us. In the book of Sirach, we are told that the Lord is judge, and with him there is no partiality. He deals with everyone equally without distinction. The society looks down upon the poor and the orphan, but God is compassionate, especially towards the poor, and hears the cry of the orphan. He deals with everyone equally. In Romans 2, verse 11, we are told that there is no partiality with God. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. Matthew 5:45. He relates with everyone in compassion. It is very sad to see how the parable places this attitude of self-righteousness and contempt for the other in the context of prayer. The Pharisee prayed, "God, I thank you that I am not like other men, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, and even like this tax collector." The Pharisee exhibits a high degree of self-righteousness and contempt of others in this prayer. So to say, standing before God, who is unity and harmony. Prayer is something which reveals oneness and interconnectedness. The God to whom we pray is the Father of all. A beautiful poem is written by Richard Crashaw, a 17th century English poet who was born as an Anglican but later became a Catholic. The poem is on the parable of the Pharisee and the tax collector. Two men went up to pray, or rather say, one went to brag, the other to pray. One stands up close and treads on high where the other dares not to send his eyes. One nearer to God's altar trod, the other to altar's God. What is most important in prayer is not getting close to the altar of God as getting close to the God of the altar. Genuine prayer brings us to the God of the altar. The Pharisee stood near the altar of God boasting, but the publican stood before the God of the altar and he experienced liberation. Genuine prayer helps us to go beyond appearances and see the truth hidden by the appearances. St. Paul was able to address this truth when he said, "Christ is all and in all." Humility is another attitude which helps us to relate to one another without a condemning attitude. Jesus advocates this in today's gospel. Everyone who exalts himself will be humbled. Alexander the Great saw Diogenes, the philosopher, digging through a heap of bones and asked him what he was doing. He said, "I am searching for the bones of your father, the king, but cannot distinguish them from those of the slaves." Death is a great equalizer, and it teaches us great wisdom, especially regarding humility. Death is a great teacher. When we grasp the deep truth hidden in the reality of death, we shall be humble in our relationship with each other. Genuine prayer and true sense of humility teach us to treat everyone with respect and reverence, and avoid looking upon anyone with contempt. May God bless you.